You have 3 basic bodices that you are going to reposition the darts of and create 3 different bodice designs. Just a reminder where the armhole is, the neckline is, and the waist dart is. Just note there is no bust dart for this particular bodice. The black lines on this bodice are suggestions as to where you might like to transfer or reposition your dart to. Here are some examples of some bodices which have had their darts transferred to different spots. So in this case, the dart has actually been constructed as a gather instead of a dart. This is a bust seam instead of a bust dart and waist dart. And you can see this is an asymmetrical design. Use the worksheet in your booklet to look at how this one bodice design in the centre the darts have been manipulated to create different designs. And then you can see on the outside area the different pattern shapes that they would look like. So start by cutting out the 3 bodice patterns from in your booklet, and you can cut out the dart shape just like so. Just cut around it. Might help to have a basic template like this in which I'll sketch my final designs on. My first design is just going to be a square neckline, and I'm going to transfer the darts from the waist into the side seam, so it'll be more like a bust dart. So I'll put my template in my workbook and I'll just sketch it out first. So I want it to look something like, you can start lightly and then go over it more heavily, but it's going to be a square neckline, and it's just going to have 2 bust darts. So I have just written centre front fold down here, so it's not going to be a cut 1 pair, and I have used a ruler and just transferred my neckline shape, my square neckline shape onto it, and I can just cut that out straight away like so. So next I'm going to transfer this dart into this side seam, so it will become a bust dart. So all I need to do is to cut one side of the dart and cut it to the bust point. Then I'm going to cut where the dart is going to be transferred to, which is along here, but I'm going to make sure I do not cut all the way through to the point. So I have cut along here once and along here, but the center point is held together by a tiny bit of paper, and now I'm going to close this dart off. So just watch, I'm going to close it like that. So this is going to be my new pattern shape. My new bust dart is here, and it's been transferred from the waist. So I have glued in my new pattern piece indicating where the new dart is located in my workbook. I've also gone over my new design using an art line pen, and I've erased the lead pencil, and wherever there's a straight line I've made sure I've used a ruler. This time I'm going to manipulate my darts so that they become bust seams, and I'm also going to alter my neckline so it's sort of a rounded V shape. The neckline alteration's optional. You can see that I've cut my V neckline, and I'm going to reposition this dart here to go into the armhole spot. So the seam will go from here all the way down along this new line. So cut your new seam position. Now you've got 2 halves of a pattern, and technically you'd have to add seam allowance to this side and then also add seam allowance to this side. So I've just indicated where my new seam allowance would be on both sides just with a lead pencil. Here are 2 of my new patterns with their designs drawn up, and you need to do a third.